Dad started the summer going for targets wanted by other clubs, but he has decided to stay at Nice for another season despite temptation away. And now he's just got to fight Manchester City off for his best players despite the offers coming in for over £100 million. And I know for a fact I would have taken it. But then I was too busy making £50 million out of players from Saudi Arabia that I signed on free transfers the season before. Again, from Saudi Arabia. The fun started right away as me and Dad face each other in the Trophée des Champions immediately, of course, and put on an end-to-end classic full of goals. Dad still recruited well though, even if he did leave things till deadline day. Dad, a less eventful time, we stayed put this summer.
Well, it's nothing big came up really, did it? That
No.
sort of made us interested in moving, did it? So, no, we'll stay where we are.
Obviously, it was the Chelsea job was available at the end of the season anyway. Luis Enrique was sacked, and Unai Emery took over, who was the Manchester United manager. There's a little bit of a merry-go-round there, but no big clubs.
No, nothing really.
So we stayed put, and Dad made some big signings and some sellings as well.
Yeah.
£44 million for Jallo, which was kind of a backup centre-back for you.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at my team and I thought I was weak in two places. One centre-back and the right-back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I possibly could strengthen one of my strikers if I had enough money left over that. So that was two definite positions I was going for, and a third one maybe. So
yeah,
that's what I was looking at, getting enough money to do that.
Which you then brought in a couple of players from doing that. So you brought in Roger Ibanez on a free transfer, centre back.
Oh, so lucky to get rid of this guy. I think I've used him before as well, and so
yeah,
for a freebie, I thought, well, that's that position done then, isn't it?
Yeah, Mateus Cunha.
Yeah, there's the forward line. I thought, well, he was a freebie as well, so I thought, well, yeah, I'll get him in as well. So that's the forward one.
Because you also sold Terem Moffi right at the start of the summer, £38 million to Aston Villa.
He was the weak link I had of the front three that I had.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, if I get rid of him, get a bit of money in, and that freebie came available straight away. So it was just a no-brainer for me. A bit of money in the kitty, and I've replaced him as well. So.
I think we even mentioned at the end of last season that was probably one that would tempt you into selling.
Yeah.
Then we had a couple of you got your right back in.
Yeah.
Ignace van der Bremt, who I think is a really good right back. I think that was a good choice, especially for just £43 million. So yeah, that's quite a good one from you. And then as we got towards the end of the season, you had a bit of money left over. You seen this guy available, but you couldn't quite get him for a while until eventually you sold Sofiane Diop.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't using this guy, obviously, because he's a winger and I've got no wingers. So it made sense to get rid of him to get this other guy in. So I've got a replacement now in two of the positions that I definitely do play. Yeah. And it's a good replacement as well.
Absolutely. He's a star player, 4.5 star, and he's only 21 as well. £46 million.
He won't get into my starting lineup, but God, he's sat there just waiting if one of them gets injured.
Yeah, or needs a rest, absolutely. Yeah. So you're sticking with the same tactic as last season?
Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I mean, I was quite close to taking you all the way.
Yeah.
I won the cup, so why should I change it, really? I mean, my thinking now is really, I might hang around and wait for you to leave.
Yeah.
And then take your team over if I get the chance. But I could still stop you from winning the league and have a go at you. I mean, really, I've got to hope that you win the cup straight away and go. Yeah. That's what my thinking is, so hopefully.
All right. There's your starting 11. Yeah. Pretty similar to to the end of last season, how you would have thought it would, with the additional players that you mentioned coming into the first team lineup. So I think you have strengthened it.
Yeah, I've got 4 new players in and 3 of them straight in the team. Yeah. So I'm happy with that.
Okay, let's have a look to see what I've been doing then. Now, I had a little bit of money to start off with. I didn't quite know what I wanted to do with it. I also then started selling players to Saudi Arabia that the club picked up on free transfers the season before. There's £52 million there, another £55 million there for 2 players that PSG signed on a free transfer last season. Didn't really use them. Sold them on for £50 million each. Can't complain with that.
Of course you did.
There's a couple of other players that left. I love being the villain. £12 million there for Skriniar. I knew I had a replacement coming in. And Carlos Soler went out for £17 million. Again, I had somebody in mind who I wanted to bring in. I didn't start the summer bringing anybody in. I wasn't rushing in for anything at all. I just patiently waited until July, where I splashed £120 million on Giorgio Scalvini. There was a couple of players from Barcelona I was trying to go for, Jules Koundé and Araujo. Both of them were rejecting offers for £170 million. It was ridiculous. So I ended up going for Scalvini. It's a guy that I went for twice at the end of last season. obviously former player of Dad's at Chelsea. I'm going to show him what a real manager is like. And then I also went for Kieran Tierney because I needed a backup left back, and he's good. Plus, he had a release clause of £44 million, so that was happy days. And then finally, Guendouzi, another Arsenal former player from Lazio, 28. He's French, so he fits that quota as well. £48 million release clause. He's played in the French league before and done a very good job of it as well. So yeah, I'm happy with bringing in Guendouzi as a squad player, backup option for these two positions here. I think he's quality, really. Best 11 picks puts Ugarte in that ball-winning midfielder. You can understand why. He's absolutely fantastic right now. I've had a couple of injuries at the start of the season. Victor Osman's picked up an injury and he's only just come back. I think he's only played one game. Joe Neves is out for a while as well, another 2 to 4 weeks of a torn thigh muscle. And Javi Simmons has only just picked up an injury, but he should be back ever so soon. However, we'll take a look at the schedule. We played each other in the Trophée des Champions, with Dad, of course, being the cup winner, myself being the league winner, and that ended 4-2 to PSG.
Yeah, good start for you.
Yeah. El Yowahi, you got your 2 goals. We got Hakimi. Actually, it was quite a tight game for a while, to be fair, because it was 2-2 for a while, 3-2, and then Mbappe scored in the 64th to kind of kill the game off. I haven't dropped any other points. I've only conceded a couple of goals to Montpellier and Lens. It's been a good start, but I haven't really had too many challenging games. My next month is the challenging month. I've got yourself and Monaco in there, as well as, of course, Champions League games. Which I kind of like keep forgetting that I still need to go for the Champions League.
That's right, yeah.
Obviously, the French Cup, the Coupe de France, is what I'm aiming for this season. But I keep forgetting I have yet to win the Champions League, and this is very much a team with enough quality to do it.
We always joke about PSG never winning the Champions League, don't we?
Yeah.
But, I mean, you've got a squad that could do it easy.
Maybe that's like subconsciously in my head, thinking, I'm at PSG, I can't win the Champions League. I'm completely unable to.
I mean, that squad there, you should be there or thereabouts, definitely, I think. Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look. I mean, Newcastle knocked me out last season, my old team, so God knows what's going to happen next. Leipzig, maybe. Let's have a look, Dad, at your schedule. You had a bit of a ropey start.
Yeah, I'm not doing very well at all. The 2 draws to start off just knocked me. I'm losing too many points already to try and challenge you for the league. So
yeah,
but I need to beat you twice now. So
yeah,
then I'll put me right back in at the end. So I'm buying that player right at the death. I sort of strengthen my squad up again. So I'm open now. But then I'll go and lose my last game. So.
Absolutely. Right, so you've got some Champions League fixtures. We didn't take a look at mine, to be fair, but these are yours. Atletico Madrid, Nordsjælland, Sociedad, Arsenal. You should go through, really. Difficult end, maybe, but I think there's 4 games in there that you can easily win, which means you should go through to at least the playoffs. Yeah. My Champions League fixtures is looking like this. So I also have Arsenal, I also have Sociedad and Milan, Napoli, Besiktas. I've got a difficult start there. Actually, but
you got an easy finish though in January.
Yeah, that's basically it.
That helps you out big star if you are struggling by then.
And of course,
and you got the Newcastle again. That's quite funny.
Newcastle, who Thomas Tuchel is still there, of course, after his last season. They only spent £63 million, but they made a bad mistake signing Anthony, the fidget spinner, who I don't really rate at all. And they sold my Ollie Watkins to Manchester United. Some weird signings, honestly. It's very bizarre, isn't it? So there we go. All right, then. Shall we see what happens this season? But before we do, I guess, we mentioned how obviously now we're coming back month by month. Do you have any intentions if a big job comes up leaving France? Or are you happy to stick this out?
It would have to be a really big job. Like Real Madrid or something like that. And they don't normally sack managers mid-season, do they?
No.
I'd go to an Italian side. It was one of the top ones, mind you. So... all depends who comes up, really, innit?
That's it.
The top 3 in Italy, I would consider.
Yeah.
Apart from that, no.
I think I'd be silly to move, so I think I can
definitely,
put my hand up and say I won't be moving until at least the job is done here in France.
I mean, like I said, my thinking is I hope you win the cup and then you bugger off and I'll take over PSG.
Well, yeah, but you might win the league.
Yeah, I mean, if I do, that's even better.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have some way of doing it because you're already 7 points behind me because I've won 5 out of 5, but... hey, you never know. All right, let's see what gets on during this season. Throughout the season, many jobs popped up, but none were too appealing. Although Dortmund did change their manager to Roger Schmidt so fast that we didn't even see it happen after Terzic was sacked. The club Dad would like to go to in Germany currently sat in 10th place. But focusing back on the pitch, his new signings were fitting in well and getting good results in the Champions League. January then arrived and Dad had money, but no targets within that price range that would improve his starting 11. Meanwhile, I was solely focused on winning the Coupe de France and moving on to another country. victory, with my dad waiting to strike as soon as I go. Dad, I am champions for the second time in a row.
Yeah, well, I did expect that the way I'd started off.
You did manage to climb back up, though.
Yeah,
look at that. That was awful at one point. You're down in 11.
Real bad start tonight. I was just getting worse.
Wow, it took you a long time to recover, really. But again, look how you finished. You finished 8 points ahead of Lons there in third place. El Yawahi was your top scorer. Doesn't surprise me. I lost 4 in total. None to you, unfortunately. You lost both to me.
That's the difference between you winning it and me winning it, really. If I beat you both those games, I'm in with a chance then, really.
You're scoring a lot of goals, 102 goals there, look.
I should do, really, with the team that I had there, really.
Conceding quite a lot.
I mean, I did know that your team were a lot better than mine.
Yeah.
And I needed things to work my way, which was like beating you twice and then you to lose the other games that you did lose. So, but with me losing 6 games, I mean, especially the 4 games I drew, I can't afford to do that.
Yeah. So looking at the player statistics, we've both got a player in there in the top goals. We've got Hakimi and Wahi also there in the average rating. And Hakimi is also there with the highest amount of assists. My goalkeeper got the most clean sheets by 3.
I've got all the yellow cards.
You got all the yellow cards. Collecting cards for fun. We're on Nice. Cup competitions, Champions League. Did you stop me winning the cup? If anything, that will be a detrimental.
Yeah, I don't really
your time.
I don't want to do it.
Kind of want to let me leave.
Yeah.
No, you did not. 10th round by Bordeaux.
I'm disappointed but losing that against Bordeaux, but
yeah,
I'm just glad I didn't because that means you might have won the cup now, and I need you to win that cup. So,
well, there's no real strong teams in that league anymore. I mean, Lons is like the only one who finished in 3rd, and their key player I don't think is good enough for either of our teams.
I mean, it was the 2 squads that we've got is definitely going to be between me and you. So
100%, we got the best 2 teams there.
It's definitely finished the way I thought it would do. So,
well, let's have a look then. PSG, did I manage to win it? Yes, I'm off out of here. 5-0 against Toulouse.
Well, done me the favour.
Or I stay because I'm really close to the Champions League semi-final.
That's the one thing I'm worried about it now. So
that's hard to take.
I need another good job for you to come up for you to take that you still got a chance of winning the Champions League.
Yeah.
Because I don't need you in France anymore. I could do it. Because if I could take over PSG, I think I should definitely win the league next season.
If you don't win the league, you're sacked.
Yeah, I know.
Put it that way, I think.
And then I've still got a good chance of having a go at the Champions League. So.
Yeah.
But you got nothing to stay here for.
No. So. Again, I lost to my former team, Newcastle. Milan I drew with 3-3, but I won 6 games there and scored quite a lot of goals. There were you, finishing in 14th, exactly where we anticipated.
Yeah.
With the 4 games that we also anticipated you winning, and drew 2 with Sociedad, Atletico Madrid. Lost to Milan and Arsenal, but you put up a good fight.
Yeah, it was always scoring goals, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So you went into the knockout playoff round, and that's where you were eliminated by Marseille, which is disappointing.
Do you know,
really.
I thought Marseille would have been a lot better because of the new manager that they signed.
They just got Deschamps back, didn't they?
And I thought they'd be a threat for us this season, but they weren't, were they? But they were obviously a threat for me in the Champions League.
Yeah. Then in the round of 16, I knocked out AC Milan.
Good result.
Quarter-final, I defeated Chelsea.
Ooh, that's a good result.
Yeah, your former club, but unfortunately lost to Arsenal in the semi-final, which was the winners.
Yeah.
Arsenal Champions League finalists. Okay, so let's have a look at my goals then. We've got 41 there from Kylian Mbappe, Osman with 31. They're both wanted. I might sell them before you join. Will you apply for it? 23 for El Yawahi, 19 for Cunha. Good signing for you there. Emega even played quite a lot and scored as well as the board. And Buonanni, great season again from him.
Yeah.
Your new signing, Uwe Druego. Why'd you have to sign all these players? You can't pronounce them.
No.
8 goals, 11 assists. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good indeed from him. So, I mean, you've got a cracking team there, really. Yeah. It's one of those where it's like, in any other league, you're really pushing for the title, but it's just PSG's PSG, right?
I am pushing for it. I can't afford to
drop this at the start.
Drop the amount of points, yeah. That start I had at the beginning of the season. Doesn't me really. When you think of how close I was to that start that I had.
Yeah.
Can't afford to do that.
No, not at all. It was a bad start, but then look how many greens come after that. It was only Champions League games, Coupe de France, and when you played me. Outside of that, it was just a silly draw.
Yeah.
Or 2 every now and then. Other than that, great results from you. Okay, but if you did decide to stay, your budget would be 28 million. However, if you did decide to go to PSG and try to go there, because I think I should leave. I don't think I should stay to the Champions League. I think it doesn't warrant me staying. You got 79 million, but oh my god, the wage budget is awful. I've bankrupt the club. You'll be fine though, because the money that they already had put into the club is far away.
Mate,
best in the league.
I think I could walk into that team. Well, not walk in. If I got the job for that team, I think I could just leave it as it is and it still win the league.
Probably, yeah. But where would I go?
I know.
Because I could start a manager merry-go-round, especially if you didn't get the job. Because actually, you taking the job doesn't really help me because no big manager is going to go to Nice.
No.
But is there any other jobs? Manchester United, who finished in 12th, and I do need to go back, remember, for the FA Cup.
Yeah.
We've got Bayern Munich, who finished in 3rd by Leverkusen.
That's what I'm worried about now.
But do you go for Bayern Munich?
Yeah.
Because you still got to do Germany.
I haven't done Germany at all, have I? I mean, if I took over Bayern Munich, at least I'd have a good chance in the league, the Cup, and the Champions League.
Cologne won the Bundesliga.
Hey, you're having a laugh. Only lost 2 games.
That's unbelievable. Lost to Frankfurt and Augsburg. 1-0.
Well done to them. And Leipzig coming second as well. Your old team.
Yeah, my old team, which is still Jose. It is still Jose Mourinho. So Cologne won. Marco Rose, that's why.
Yeah.
Bloke's a genius. Former Germany, Leipzig, and Dortmund manager. The Dortmund manager has changed as well. Now, Dad mentioned, didn't he, that going to Germany, Borussia Dortmund would be your team.
Yeah.
However, didn't fancy it throughout the season.
No, I'm banking on you leaving.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be too much of a chance to take. If I'm in France and the job comes up for PSG, I think you've got to take it.
Yes.
So I'm banking on you leaving and me taking the PSG. Get France out of the way.
Yeah.
You've done Germany. I've done England. So I think I've got to stay there to get it done.
Okay then. Well, let us know your thoughts. What will happen? Manchester United, they finished in 12th. They did win the Europa League as well. They do have a good team. Yeah. So I've got Champions League if I do decide to go to Manchester United. They still got the likes of Marcus Rashford. They don't have Bruno Fernandes, remember, because I sold him. I bought him for Newcastle. They've got an okay team. I don't think it's maybe worth going back there to do the FA Cup with Manchester United. I think I maybe would be taking a risk doing that. I think maybe I need to quit and just wait patiently and wait for things to stir up.
If someone takes the PSG job, if I apply for it and don't get it, and someone else takes it, it then starts something if it's a big manager.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no guarantee they'll take me on.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if I lose the job, if I don't get the job, then I've got to think about moving.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I'm going to beat PSG.
Yeah.
And then just hopefully later down the line, PSG come up again.
It's
all these...
all the different scenarios, all the different butterfly effects that can happen, right? Well,
here we go.
We've got a trophy to add to the trophy cabinet of Glory Hunter. And it's going in my cabinet, so let's have a look. That's right, Dad did delay my success by a season, but I eventually got hold of the Coupe de France. Dad still needs the league title though in France to add to his Glory Hunter cabinet. So the big question is, does he leave his Nice side to obtain it?